Isn't anyone going to come and put makeup on in between? Oh.
Hi, Mr. Harvey.
Hello, how are you?
Good. Ready? I'm going to tell you about the HC program.
Yes.
So, would you like to hear the questions?
I would like to hear the questions.
Okay. The first question is, what were the very first HC teachers back then?
Well, let's see. Mrs. Strong, this is Mrs. Strong, the second grade teacher, came from Cedarwood, and then a teacher named Mrs. Letterman, who I think also was, I think when she was here it was named Mrs. Wagner. And so they were two of them, and then there was another male teacher named Mr. Young. So I was the fifth grade teacher, Mr. Young was the fourth grade teacher. I think Mrs. Strong, Val Strong, was the second grade teacher, and then Mrs. Wagner was the third grade teacher.
Were there any split classes?
That first year there wasn't. No, there was just one of each of us, second, third, fourth, and fifth.
How was it like moving to Penny Creek to work in the HC program?
Well, I enjoyed it. I was at Silver Lake, and and there was one HC class at Silver Lake. They were planning to have more classes there. I taught third and fourth grade, and that was the only HC class that was at Silver Lake. And then they decided that they were going to move us to Jefferson Elementary, and we were ready to take a field trip to go see Jefferson. And they called that morning and said, no, your field trip's been canceled, and we'll let you know. And then they let us know that we were coming to Penny Creek the next year. So that's when we found out we were coming to Penny Creek, and it was fun. It was hard to leave Silver Lake because I'd been there for probably about 23 years, and so I felt like I was leaving my home, but I came with my boys and girls, and so it was fun.
When were the HC buildings built?
Well, when we got here, Mrs. Strong and I called her Mrs. Wagner, but I think her name's Mrs. Letterman. She had two names, but Mrs. Letterman, they were both in Unit C. But it was, remember, Unit C, like I talked to the other group about, Unit C was just the smaller Unit C, and then they built the rest of it on. So that's where two of the teachers were, and then Mr. Young and I were out in the portables.
And how does the HC program affect a school today?
Oh, like how does it affect today?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it does take up classrooms, and it's a program that's growing. So it's sort of fun to be one of the first people that came here, and then to see that you now have 4 classrooms again. When I first came to Penny Creek, being a 5th grade teacher, some 5th grade we were going to have Mill Creek kids and Cedarwood kids come. So a few Cedarwood kids were going to come because they had gotten so crowded at Mill Creek and Cedarwood. But since I taught 5th grade, they decided to let 5th graders, if they wanted to finish the year at their school, since they were 5th graders, they got to. If they were 4th graders, they had to come if they were going to be in HC. So I only wound up with 13 kids because some kids decided to finish their 5th grade at either Mill Creek or Cedarwood. So that was an unusual year to only have 13 kids the whole year in my classroom. It was a pretty fun group. And now those people are finishing up college. That's how long ago it was. Is that all the questions?
Bye.
Well, thank you. Goodbye.